final teardown of our Yamaha Maxim Seca engine. We're going to pull 12mm bolts out of here so that we can get off the crankshaft and lift that out of there. That'll disconnect it from the pistons, and we can pull out our crank. Some of the mounting bolts are literally falling down through, and this should be free. There we go. Now she's moving. It rained here again. I didn't think it was going to, but these should pull off. You have your journals in here. There's your journal races. I'm just throwing words around, guys. You know what I'm talking about. Your bearings. If you're careful, all this should stay together. As I said, our bolts are falling down through. There we go. They're all clean, free, and now our entire crankshaft should be able to lift right out of here without too much trouble. It moves. Oh, this is still connected. Oh man, I guess we're not doing that because that needs to be disconnected from the top side. Come on. There's a seal. There's also a seal on this side. If I can get that to lift up. Man, here I thought we were pulling that right out. But without the top end disconnected, we still have this chain driving something and being connected up in there. It's probably our cam chain that is still connected, apparently. I dumped the water. Is that this guy? I highly doubt it. Might be. Oh. Yeah, it is. Okay. We should be good then. Come on, buddy. There we go. Now our crankshaft is out. Got drive chains there. Here are timing chain guides, cam chain guides. It's a little bit stuck in there, but I'm sure with a little wiggle, we can get this out. You see our bolts. And there's our journals. So this was never gonna lift out this way. You can't get that past here. Yep. So we're gonna have to push those the other way, and we need to get the head apart to do that. Obviously a problem if you're trying to get to those. So this will come out, I think. Gotta slide it one way or the other. There, she's working her way out. There we go. Okay. That's probably where the adjuster sat. And that gave pressure to the chain. There's that. Oh, we don't want water sitting in all these. That's gonna get so rusty. Water and oxygen and oil. Do your work in a clean environment, y'all. It'll help you in the end. All right, well, 10mm bolts. I have a 12 on my impact. This guy can come free if we pull the right angle. I don't know which side that goes. I did lose the one from this side already in the trip over. Well, that was this. I did take that off. Okay, so that was on there. All right, we'll get this guy out. 10, 10, 10. And at this point, transmission removed. We'll keep going. but we still got to get that stuff out of there. That's the bottom end. And figure out why the top case is not coming apart with the cylinder and the valve head. Something's just hanging on. Well, okay, so we're tapping this across, I believe, being that there's this bearing here, and I think this is popping out as we go. We got to get this out so we can remove this shaft, so we can slide this across and get the gears out. This shift drum, I thought I was getting it out, but it's being held up by this little guy right here. So once we pull this 10mm out, see there's a post, a pin going down here being held there. We can get this shift drum out, and then basically these might be frozen in here. We got to get the top end off to get the pistons out. This little gear, don't even know what it is, being held in by this 10mm. I had to push this washer back. It was being held in place there. So 10mm, we'll pull that out and then try and get the rest out. Otherwise, we're done with this engine. The best way I know how to pull these out is to grab a magnet and extract it. Now I think we can get our shift drum pulled straight out of there. I think that's the piece that went with that. Now our shift drum can come right across, correct? Now I need to get in there. Come on, there you go. There you go, get a grasp. That might be one piece. Yep, looks good. Hopefully I didn't, nope. Looks good, sharp edges. Put that with that. This guy was running inside here, over here. Okay, now, will my magnet work over here? I wasn't sure how to push this out. Perfect. That's pretty cool. All right, here's our gear. Like I said, that connects to the starter. So there we go. Starter shaft, gear, and that goes with this one, held in place by a lock. This, I'm not sure if this is sliding out or not. That turns, yep. Maybe I need to knock it from this side. Knock it that way? I don't know, it's gotta go one way or the other. And done on the bottom here. Somehow we need to get yeah, I might be able to knock it this way. It's got to be locked in some. Oh, I just turned it and it like dropped that far in. So this is moving. It's not gonna come this way. I think that's buried in there. So I guess this is pushing out. This was flush maybe. I just got to get it to go the rest of the way. Pop it out. I was whacking it on this side. Maybe I just need to take a few more good hits. And as I said, this should all just come off, right? The problem is if the pistons are seized in there, these are not going to want to release. Couple more pops and she did pop out. There we go. A couple more pops and she popped out. Yep. All right, so now we can basically just pull this out from this side. Not every gear is going to fit through that hole, so we'll have to separate it and pull the gears off as we go. It's just dirt in there. Yeah, I think it's just dirt. So keep this in order. And separate the gears as we go. If you really need to get these out, so this is hitting the case here. I was pulling it and messing with it and chipping the case here with the gear. There is a lock washer here that you have to separate to let this move over, to get this over far enough that we can pull this the whole way out. So it's just the way it's designed. And it'll be fine, but this case got nicked a little bit trying to pull it this way because these need to be released so they can slide over. I think I'm gonna focus on all the parts that I got out and make sure that they all get saved, but I think I'm pretty much gonna give up. You know, I usually don't do this, but I cannot, like, I think that's a bolt there that's holding everything. Everything's rusty and stuck together, and wailing on it with a hammer is not doing it, which normally I don't want to break everything. Oh, here's another part from the valve cover. Okay, so there's that. I just cannot get these the head and then the cylinder, I cannot get these apart. It is just so stuck together. I think it's rusty, and I think that the pistons are totally, like, this wouldn't matter because that's down here. I can't get any of the pistons to move, so I'm gonna say they're probably seized in there. That one wouldn't matter either, but I gotta push them that way, and I can't push them out of the head because the valves and everything are in the way. So we got everything else out, and at this point I don't think it's worth showing you anything else because she really does not want to come apart. I did get this screw loose because I told you I would, but I can't get it past the head. So whatever that is, it doesn't want to come out. I'm probably going to try to get this out. I don't want to beat it, but I don't know what else to do. I guess I could heat it up, but I don't know that it's really worth it. There's the valves. All the buckets fell off, and there's all our valves. One exhaust and one intake per cylinder. Old school Yamaha reliability. Yeah, guys, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. So anyway, there's that. And I showed you the bottom of the engine case. I cleaned it up best I could. Still some dirt there. Not sure how that stayed there. And there are 2 lock washers in here. Oh, they're actually, I didn't even think about it until I was looking at my video. There's one right there on the end. So I think there might be 2 on there. So 2 here and then 2 here, because I don't think I can get this. Oh, all right. Well, okay, I will try this before I give up. There's bird poop in here now. So I will try this and then I'm out, okay? I pulled this ring off and this washer, and then I pulled from this side, pushed from this side, and the shaft did come this way and it fell off out from that bearing. So now we can drop it all the way out from the base and nothing's destroyed. Come on. And I don't even think I need to get the middle ones out. They can just stay there. There we go. Oh, that is so nice. So nice indeed. There we go. And I used my snap ring pliers here for that and some little screwdrivers. And then here I got a giant wedge and a hammer. And if this works, it works. If it doesn't, like I said, I'm done. So let's see what happens with the head. Well, I knew there would be some damage done as I did this, but I took the wedge in here and I'm trying to keep at least the head in good shape, even though they look a little rusty. But just for the sake of getting this off, it is coming off. I think everything just was rusty and seized. Ugh. If anybody wants the head for parts, hopefully I can save it for that. Oh. Now, if I don't break anything on this side, once this is free, we should be okay. There are some numbers on the bottom of the head, as that one is here on the cylinders. Okay, I believe there's really no reason to continue here. You can see down in between here, one of our cylinders, our pistons actually, is super rusted, and that's what's seized on here on the head. I got it to separate, so I think all the bolts and stuff that we did that is the way to get it off. But there's no reason to continue. This is scrap metal, and that's what we're gonna do with it. So unfortunately, it doesn't make sense. We'll save all the little things we can, but it doesn't make sense to continue. I'm just wasting my time. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Go tear down your bike, Don't do it the way I do it if you're ever going to put it back together. Good luck, and go ride your running bike or tear down your bike engine, and don't drop things in the grass. Have a great day.